Hi, this is Dr. Fatima of Beyond the Tenure Track. I wanted to make this quick video for you today because a question came through on my Twitter feed, and I think it's one that maybe a number of you may be having. So here's the question. It was, what is the #1 job skill that you think PhDs should have when considering and entering into non-academic careers? Excellent question. So hands down, my response is project management. I know if you've seen any of my other videos, if you have read through the blog posts, you know that my first job out of grad school was as a project manager. But that's not why I'm saying that project management is important. Project management is a key skill to help you take a project or a program from point A to point B. And it's so critical because you go from design, from thinking about what it takes to get a project done, so designing it all the way through thinking about the resources that are needed to get it done, the human resources, the money resources, any other resources that are needed. And then you also learn how to do implementation of a project all the way through to execution and evaluation. So project management is really key because it gets you and a team organized from how do we go from idea to implementation and actual product at the end. So project management is key for that reason. It's a hard skill. This is something that's also really important for, I feel, social sciences and humanities PhDs in particular, who tend to feel vulnerable when they're going after non-academic careers. I hear this often, I don't have hard skills. I feel like all of my skills are soft skills, critical thinking, analysis, writing. I don't have hard skills. But in fact, project management is one of those really hard skills that can be transferred into almost any industry. Whether you're interested in going into design, product development, technology-related fields, the sciences, doesn't matter what you're doing, entrepreneurship, consulting, the nonprofit sector, foundations, I could go on and on. Even my cousin who's a plumber and makes really good money as a plumber, he uses project management skills. So it's one of those big bang for your buck kind of skills. So then the question is, well, how do I learn it? How do I learn project management? This is really important. You will hear, and I've said this before, and you'll see this on other blogs as well, that you as a PhD, as a grad student, have used project management in the past. If you have completed a qualifying exam, a comprehensive exam, you've had to go from what's the information I need, what are the materials I need to gather that information, to learn that information, and then how do I produce that information either in a written exam, an oral exam, and along the way, how do I manage my team, in this case committee members, right, in producing this comprehensive exam. That's just one example. If you've written a master's thesis, if you've taught a class, if you have done any of these activities, then you know that you've had to take a project from point A to point B. But here's the caveat. When doing this in the non-academic world and career world, there are some really key skills and steps to project management that are a bit more formal, right? And so in learning how to do project management and learning that skill, what you're learning is the language of project management that any human resources manager or any hiring manager would immediately understand what you mean when you say risk analysis, when you say implementation workflow. These things are just jargon of another field that we tend not to use in academia, but in fact you already pretty much know about them and you're already using them, but by learning project management skills and formalizing that skill just a little bit more, you help yourself along the way through job interviews and also preparing your resume so that it is written and also spoken in language that makes sense to the hiring manager that you're trying to impress and that you're trying to make sure knows that you really want this job. So, how do you learn project management skills? These are two really quick bites. One, I'm a big fan of the For Dummies series, and no, I'm not getting any money for saying that, but For Dummies, that series is awesome. Plain language. They use very plain language to teach you pretty technical things, and it's cheap, right? 12 bucks, 15 bucks, 20 bucks for a book is really cheap. If you want to formalize the skill just a little bit more, I would suggest then maybe looking at a community college in your neighborhood or in your county, looking at those colleges, and you can find quick program management certificates that are easy to take over a couple weeks and a couple hours, and they're not that costly. So the number one skill here for today, and what I usually tell a lot of my people, is project management. It will take you far, and you will get a lot of bang for your buck. So feel free to send me any of your questions. You can tweet me at Fatima, PhD. That's Fatimah, PhD. Thanks.